Hello. So, it's a different kind of video again for today. I've got some news, a wee celebration, what's coming up on the channel, why the video is in this style today, and I'm using this as a chance to ask you guys and gals, the lovely subscribers and returning viewers, for some feedback. I know this channel's way too small to be doing this kind of video, but here we are. And I'm also aware that these lights keep changing. See? It's because I'm using an autofocus thing. We'll get to that soon. Right, so let's start with the wee celebration. This week we just hit 500 subs. That was 10, but 500. I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody who's subscribed, been watching the content and engaging with the channel with all the likes and comments. I do put in quite a lot of work into these videos, so to see that they're being well received by you guys, that's great. Thank you. And I love seeing all your comments and opinions and stories in the comment section. It's good to learn and share, isn't it? So that brings me on to the next point, why it's this kind of video today. I only started this channel in January this year, so it's over 7 months now. I think my first upload was maybe the 3rd of January. I'll maybe go into my reasons for starting a channel in another video. Anyway, in that time I've learned so much, and I'm still learning. It's only been about 25 videos, including a few shorts. I've not did many shorts, and at least I think I could see a big improvement in the quality from the first video to the more recent efforts. And there's still things I'm working on. I'm still not getting the best out of my camera, phone, settings, still experimenting with that, and I still can't seem to get the lighting dialed in properly either, yet. But we're getting there. You see, the thing with that is the space that I'm working on here is very, very small and oddly shaped. It's like when you get a pizza and you go to grab a wee thin slice, but you accidentally rip off another wee part of another one. Well, that's the shape of this room. And it's also my teaching room, so it has to be functional for that as well. The lights, it's because of the autofocus, that's why it keeps changing. See? I don't know. We'll carry on anyway. And I've been doing this on a budget. I've not spent loads of cash on the best cameras and lighting and stuff like that because I didn't know if I would last doing this. So I tried to keep it simple-ish. But I've really been enjoying the editing process. There's so much to learn here. I've been experimenting with colour grading the past few videos, and I've made loads of mistakes along the way, adding way too much colour, like this. But like I say, I'm still working on it. Anyway, the point that I'm just never getting to here is that these videos take me so much time to make. Like, days. Full 10-hour days. It could take 3 or 4 days depending on the content type and length. I think as you get more experienced with this, the videos are supposed to get easier and quicker, but as I learn more, I want to put more and more into them. And unfortunately, I don't have enough days like that in the week to spare. Well, I have recently, as I've been off my day job for the school summer holidays, and I've spent pretty much all that time trying to make content. I've been trying to stick to a weekly upload schedule, Fridays at 6 PM, mostly. And I've been trying to get a batch of stuff ready to go so that I can be a few weeks ahead when I get back to my normal work schedule. But like I say, as I've learned so much, there's so much more that I want to put into the videos. But it all takes up so much more time, like scripting, B-roll, adding text, images, embedding videos, spending like 30 minutes making up a daft picture for like a 3-second joke, etc. I can't seem to get any further forward than a week ahead, and that's going to be impossible to keep up once I get back to real work next week. So as you can see, this video is more streamlined. It's more of a no frills, or at least less frills, in terms of effort. So this is just so I can try and get ahead of it. Sorry about that. Right, well that was depressing. Next, I have some news regarding Fazly. Back's Music, or Backshop, reached out to the channel a few weeks ago and invited me to try out a partnership deal with them. So we're going to give that a go. Now, I've never been the guy that says things like, this video was sponsored by, or even though Tesco sent me a free guitar to keep, these opinions are still my own. I can't be bought! Well, if you've seen any of my review vids, I feel like I've never had to say anything like that. Because A, this channel is so microscopic, I thought it was obvious. And B, see, I can't help it with the editing. Putting up the letters and stuff, sorry. And B, I also thought it was obvious because of the kind of stuff that I say about the guitars. If I don't like something, you'll know about it, I'll tell you. And I'll happily sing the praises of things too, when it's merited. So what does this Fazly partnership, Fazlyship, mean? Well, it's really simple. Even I understand it, I think. So Bax will send me out a guitar or something, and I'll get 60 days to review it / make some content with it. Then return it, and no money changes hands. So this will save me big time having to fork out for new guitars to make more content. you'll get to see my take on some of the new Fazly stuff that you may or may not have been considering purchasing, and Backs get some free publicity for their new products. Win-win-win. Actually, I think Backs are taking the biggest risk, as I can and will say anything that I like, so maybe win-win, no comment? So the news is, there's more of the new Fazlys on the way. I'm keen to check them out, see what they're all about, and share it with you. Okay, next. So what else is coming up on the channel? Well, of course there's going to be the new Fazly stuff, but I've got some other vid projects that I'm kinda halfway through. I need to do an update on this Jet JS400, which has had loads of mods and upgrades, and is my current #1. I'm halfway through modding a Squire Starcaster, that one there, and I think that might be next week's video. I'm halfway through a Fazly Finnica refinish. This one's at a bit of a standstill at the moment. And I've still got several guitars from my own collection to review. I'm also working on a new channel trailer, but that won't be listed, so that won't count as a Friday video. That will just sit on my homepage as a sales pitch for potential new subscribers. Speaking of which, I've seen loads of channels say this before, but according to my analytics, it turns out that 85.5% of people that watch my vids are not subscribed. But that's on me. I know I've just not done enough yet to earn these subs, but I'm just going to keep working on it and keep trying to improve the videos. But while we're here, please consider subscribing, if you want. Okay, so now it's over to you. As if asking you to watch the videos, like, comment and subscribe wasn't enough, now I'm asking for some feedback from you. I can check the analytics, which are a great tool, but I find them a wee bit confusing. I just basically want to check in with you and ask the questions that the robots can't answer. So number 1, in almost all my videos, I use these Synthwave tracks that you can hear in the background just now. I just love the Synthwave sound and aesthetic. It's also quite nostalgic for me, and it can help to cover up some of the unwanted room noise that the mic picks up. But my question is it annoying? Too loud? Too distracting? Or you just hate Synthwave? Please, let me know in the comments. Also, is this annoying? Number 2. So, for guitar and gear reviews, and not just on this channel, I want to know what you think about watching playing demos, spec lists, and the reviewers' thoughts and opinions. When I think about my own viewing habits, there's some channels with parts of the content that I'll just skip through, but then other channels, the same stuff, I'll watch them. For example, there's guitar channels that I'm sub to that I enjoy watching and find very entertaining, but when it comes to the playing demo part, I just skip through it, because either the playing isn't that great, sometimes not even good. And I'm not saying I'm good, I'm just saying. And the sound doesn't matter too much to me, as there's just so many different variables, it's never going to be a true representation of how it's going to sound through my rig. That's why I like to play the same thing with all pickup combinations clean and dirty, so at least you can compare the pickup sounds to each other. But then there's channels like John Cordy's. Man, he starts every video with some of the tastiest playing you could see on YouTube, but sometimes I even find myself skipping that too, just because I think I'm more interested in what he has to say. Then there's what kind of content do you like to see on this channel, or any other channel really. Gear reviews, mod projects. I've only did one guitar lesson tutorial video, even though that's what I do for a living. I've showed my live rig setup, reviewed a lanyard, I've even got a guitar fashion do's and don'ts guide coming up. Yeah, this guy. I can't believe it either. So what's your preferences? So what even is the question here? I'm not even sure. Basically, what are your viewing habits when it comes to guitar channels? Maybe you could tell me what other channels it is you like, and what it is that you like best about them. Then I can steal all their ideas. Or even if you've got any questions for me. I do try to respond to every single comment, but even that's getting a bit harder to keep up with now. So maybe I could do a your comments, questions, answered video sometime in the future. Who knows? Alright, okay, so that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Sorry it was a bit different, and probably pretty boring, but hey ho, you've got to try out some different stuff, eh? So we'll hopefully see you in the next one. See you later! And if you're wondering why these videos take so long, check this out. You'll never believe this was all scripted. And Backs get some free publicity. So the news is, there's some of the new Fazlys on their way, so I'm keen to see what all that up. And Backs get some free but I've got some other vid projects that I'm And Backs get some free publicity. And Backs get some free publicity. And Backs get some free publicity.